So we're going to move on to our next post. Rush hour traffic, I-20 West, must be an Atlanta guy, maybe Alabama, maybe Mississippi. I don't know. Van slams on brakes, then I slam on brakes, and my brakes release on their own. I swerved to miss the van and tried to also miss the wall, and the Ford Escape hits me as she's swerving to miss me. These brakes are a problem. Tori, I think you put a comment in here. You may have some good feedback here.
I do, and we'll definitely get down to that. I just wanna say at first, there's no problem with Tesla brakes. So for those who might be worried about this, or if you've heard some kind of weird rumor, or you've read this and went, "Ooh, maybe there's a problem here." There's not. There's no problem. The very top comment here from Chris says, "So you are saying that your brakes failed?" And, there's no reply to that, but he does the author of the post does comment and say, I'm not making this up," because a lot of people are coming in here and saying, "This is nonsense. That's not true." And, in fact, some people think that he might even be like a anti-Tesla, like Elon hater making up a story or something. He's obviously not, but here is what I believed what happened. Peter's comment says, "I've never ever heard of brakes releasing on their own unless ABS was activated to avoid lockup. There's got to be something more to the story." So here's my comment. I said, when ABS, which stands for anti-lock brake system or anti-lock braking system, when ABS senses that the tires start to skid or lock up, it does begin to release the brakes and apply the brakes very rapidly, which gives the sensation that the brakes are releasing because technically they are very rapidly over and over and over. That's exactly what ABS is designed to do. But even though it's releasing the brakes and reactivating them fast, and you feel the pedal kind of give, and you're like, man, something's happened here. It is still stopping you at a much shorter distance than if the wheels locked up and you were skidding. I think most people know that, uh, if you start skidding, you're not stopping. Like, you're barely reducing when you're skidding, you're barely reducing your speed. And so
Yeah.
ABS just goes when it senses the skid, it releases and locks them again, releases and brakes again, releases and brakes again, and stops you at a much shorter distance. So what I imagine happened here with Key is he's in rush hour traffic, I-20 West, looks up, van slams on brakes, and he just hard as he can brake to the floor, which will cause the brakes to lock up. And then the pedal starts releasing because that's what it's designed to do. And that's not a Tesla thing. That's every ABS system in the world. That's what they do.
Yeah. Yep. And then there's quite a few comments here, so I won't beat a dead horse here, but, that seems to be the, 63 comments, and there seems to be a pretty common consensus that, most likely this was, a situation where ABS kicked in, and I think the point you made that's important to understand is while it may feel like your brakes disengaged and failed you, that was a much better outcome than had your brakes locked up and you begin to slide. So,
And
um,
to be clear here, um, because people might think FSD and it could control the brakes. So the brakes are mechanical. And meaning when you have your foot on the brake, FSD can't release the brakes for you. It can apply the brakes in a similar way like you can by pushing the pedal, but FSD can't override and go, "Oh, we're gonna remove your ability to brake here. You're braking too hard, I'm gonna stop you from braking." The car cannot do that in no way, shape, form, or fashion.
yeah. Yeah. The owner, he comments again that, he's had many cars with ABS and a few near misses and never experienced my brakes releasing like they did. Um, so anyway, he seems to think it was out of the norm, but, otherwise, no one else has, had any experience like this. So, unfortunate. Hope everybody's okay. Hope the car's not damaged too bad. So, but nevertheless, ABS can, can make things feel quite different when they activate.